All right, guys, happy Halloween. Let's go ahead and get this recap done on a Friday evening here. So you can see, just looking at the charts, not a lot happened. Pretty quiet. So one thing I do want to point out, like I always do, is our key levels and some red flags that popped up right off the bat here in the morning when we get this built out I went ahead and marked these just for cleaner and easier to see for everybody, but we had our breakdown trigger and our breakout trigger. Normally these are a lot tighter, and when price action kind of breaks out those areas, that kind of gives us direction, right? And where we can go into the 5-minute and take that trade. But you can see on the last 24 hours, just kind of the way the price action and everything with the volume and the key levels that were set up with our fixed range volume profile tool that we put on the charts for the last 24 hours and the last 4 hours. You can see the way they're lining up, even with our weekly fixed range volume profile. And of course, you're here on a Friday and kind of seeing what's going on. But we had normally your support is usually on the outside of your breakout area. So a lot of times you'll see these swapped or this up a lot closer, this purple line up in here, and you would see the breakout, and then it kind of comes down and tests your daily support and breaks out. And if you go back and watch recaps, you see that quite a bit. That's usually what we're looking for. But today, right off the bat, when we created the levels and we looked at our overall volume areas, it bounced it way out down here on the very bottom of the last 24 hours. And then it also is looking at the top right here for the breakout area, which really is the fight zone right up through here. And then we had the daily resistance that we broke into and just fell. Then we did kind of recover up through this area. And now you can see where we're at here into Friday evening. Which really we didn't go anywhere from the open. We opened right up here and we're right up in here. Price action kind of sat in this area the rest of the day. We'll kind of have to see how things play out through the weekend. Be careful on this weekend just being near the end of the month. First is on Monday. This could break down. We've looked at the longer levels. I'm not going to spend too much time going out there again, but this monthly candle right now is right on the bottom of failure, which we have looked at when we put our daily levels on through here. You can see we're sitting right in here in this area, but we do have a lot of potential pressure to break down. And this is the area, the line in the sand for us right now on the bigger time frames. And you can see that this is the breakdown area for today, and we didn't really get there. So for a trade opportunity, it didn't ever give us one, because right here you had the candle break and then 1, 2, and we came right back in. If you went down and looked at the 5-minute during this time frame, if I let me go ahead and get rid of that area. But if I mark this candle right here, if we were looking at it saying, hey, let's maybe go into the 5-minute and front run this maybe, you can see that right here it's breaking back through on the 5-minute. Your stochastics are high. We want them on the bottom if we're going to break out of here and go. We'd like to see at least this area turning right here, or down here on the bottom running up. And you can see that didn't do that. Of course, then we lost all this key area. We lost the breakout area, lost the 21 again, and we're underneath the 21 and above the 200. That's 50-50 area, neutral, and then we lost the 200. Now we're bearish, but it fell down. But really, you wouldn't even be analyzing this a whole lot, because the 15-minute never gave us the 2 candle close even to look at the upside. And of course, now we're looking for it to come all the way down here. So if you were trading on just the moving averages and using your indicators, you could have possibly take advantage of this move. But for the way we trade and the system that we constantly talk about, it never gave these areas. And just based on the way the lines and everything lined up for support and resistance, the breakout area, the support level, that's why I was talking about that earlier, is there was already a red flag of be careful. It was a very weird day. Now, I will show you something. We always talk about it. If you're above or below the 200 and the 21, if you're above both of them, you're going to be bullish. If you're in between both of them, then you're neutral. And if you're below both of them, then you're going to be bearish. You can see the 4-hour did not get above them. So 4-hour right up front in this key area that we were watching, for me is, I'm still bearish. I'm bearish since back here on Tuesday. I've been bearish on the 4-hour, and I'm not going to really change till we start getting into a neutral attitude. The 1-hour is that same way. We started out the day, last night we broke above the 21, but we could not get above the 200. So I'm neutral on the 1-hour right now. So now you have the 4-hour bearish, the 1-hour is neutral. And of course we lost it here and we haven't really recovered it since then. So now we're bearish. So now we're bearish on the 4-hour and the 1-hour. So more than likely, as of right now, things have, it's more bearish on the charts than it is bullish in the 4-hour down. And going into the 15-minute, you'd want to read it the same way. Of course, you're going to watch this throughout the day so you can get an idea of what's going on. So as you're coming into the evening and into the early morning hours, and then as we transitioned, we were neutral most of the early morning hours, basically neutral. Then we crossed bullish in the morning. You can see as we fought in this area, we were kind of all over the place, but everything was tight. And then we should have broke out, and this was the bullish potential move. But then we lost that, and then we went down into the bearish again. This is the 15-minute kind of fighting in here, and that 4-hour, 1 hour is helping us out for clarity. Now we're back sitting right here in a kind of a neutral state, but we're definitely sitting more on the bullish, but everything's so tight this could just roll over and break out. The 5-minute was kind of that same mentality. We kind of fought in both sides without the clarity on the other time frames, the bigger time frames. It's hard to get clarity on the lower 5-minute, and this is why we don't go into this time frame unless we're going to get an entry. You can see that we've been bearish a good chunk of the morning into the afternoon, then it kind of gave us a 50-50 and then broke above, but overall we've been kind of fighting more bearish than anything else on the 5-minute. So right as of right now, if you were just going to analyze the market pretty quick in current time, I'd say bearish on the 4-hour. We're bearish right now on the 1 hour. The 15-minute is kind of sitting in that neutral. Definitely looks like it has the potential to roll over with all the way the indicators are flat. And the 5-minute right now is kind of giving us that neutral to more bearish settlement as well. So if I was going to take a trade, I would be definitely leaning more bearish than I would be bullish. But overall, I would not be doing anything because you're getting all that weird patterns, and that's why you're also getting these weird breakout areas. So when you see stuff like this, we can call it the weather report or whatever you want to call it. There's a storm out there. It's cloudy. It's rainy. You don't want to take advantage of that time frame. You want to stay away from that time of the market, and that's why we analyze this, because you'll know when it's time to look for trade opportunities and when it's time to back away from trade opportunities. This right here is screaming out loud to stay away from the trade away from the market. So you could have seen that pretty quick. Right here would have been, if you wanted to watch the charts, right here would have been the let's get up here and run up here, and that would have been it, and we could have started to run to the races, if you will, and push out. You can see that failed, so really at that point it's kind of let's step away from this and wait for you to get back down here and fight in here for really giving me clarity. So really you're kind of saying the same thing right now, like let's get down here, set up some good energy for us to be able to get a good breakdown. Until then, I'm just going to kind of sit solid, and Saturday morning, if you wanted to keep charting, you can build this out, and you're obviously these support resistance areas will move based on the next 24 hours that we're kind of playing out right now. So this is the next 24 hours already being played out. You can see it's fighting pretty solid in this area right through here. And if this area right through here is getting built out with a lot of volume, this is going to move all these up from this bigger noise back here. This is going to tighten this all up, and then we could probably start seeing a breakout, and we can get a hold of this and start seeing this possibly break down, or see it, recover and everything, break up. But as of right now, we need to wait for some more time frames so we can trade. And that's if you want to trade in the weekend. Obviously, the weekend you always want to be careful, especially right here. Like I said, the market does make sense for the end of the night here in about an hour. This daily candle right now is an hour 25 for close. That's also the weekly, or not the weekly candle close, but this is your monthly candle close. So it has an hour as well. It does look pretty promising right now. It is sitting up there above the key level that we want it to, which is right through here, right? These last 2 months have been sitting up in the air. You could look at, even this key area right through here that we could come back down to still. We'll have to watch, but you can see where this key level is right down through here. When we're looking at the lower time frames and that energy there, that was your daily support area, and then here's your breakout level. You can see it sitting right in the key zone. Right now, we're looking pretty good for a close here for the month. Would be kind of nice. You are creating this pattern up through here on the monthly as of right now. What are we going to do now? You could say, hey, well, it's bigger. Let's make this a bigger pattern, and we want to be a little more excited in this. So you could say we're in kind of this flow, right? I've seen people kind of drawing this stuff on the charts. So you could say we're waiting for this to kind of play out in this area. Of course, then you have this pattern here, and you could say we're in this rising wedge that will break out aggressively. Now this could start to come down, still play this lower area, and still maintain this current upwards trend in the cycle. That's where a lot of people are kind of flipping bullish and getting kind of crazy, but you could come down into this area even and grab the support down here at this level. And when you get down in there, you're still looking at 102.6, and this could wick through here even and come down somewhere and still close up above this. So really, that's the hard line that I'm looking for. I wouldn't mind if we continued on this trend right through here, and you saw this kind of trade down a little bit and play in this key level. Now, I would not want to see it start to break down through here a whole lot and close, but we'll have to see. I mean, there is a lot of uptrend potential, even if it does close down. I know people, you have to get quite a bit lower before we start getting too excited here on losing the trend that we're currently in. So that's about it, guys. I won't spend too much time out there, but yeah, we are sitting on the end of a monthly candle close. Let's just kind of see how it plays out. It's holding some key support levels, which is good. Let's just watch it and see what happens here, and we'll go from there, guys. But like and subscribe. I know I just talk a lot, and I didn't really show you any opportunity, but I did show you why we look at what we look at, and it does show you not to trade. And it told you that from the very beginning of the day, what we had to see, and why you want to sit on your hands. And we use simple strategy really to find that. If you find that some of this is confusing, we do have stuff on our YouTube channel. You can check that out. And subscribe. We're always putting videos out. If people have questions, we always try to answer them and try to keep it as simple as possible. Moving averages and that kind of stuff. If you want to learn more about it, like I said, we do have information there. So we also do lives, which you can talk on there as well. Throw comments out on the live and get help. And that's Tuesday through Thursday at 8 Central Standard Time, if you are wondering what that is. So if you subscribe and you turn on your bell, you actually will be notified when those go live. But all right, guys, have a great weekend. And again, happy Halloween, and hope you had a great evening.